Good morning, afternoon, and evening, and everything in between. I'm the Canadian, back with another video. Today, we're doing another Transformers review, and we're going a little bit into the past. Now, I've featured some older figures, like some G1 figures and Cybertron figure, but now we're going a little bit before the Cybertron. We're going to be looking at another figure from the Unicron trilogy, mainly the second installment, which was Transformers Energon. Transformers Energon, that was a series that I had started with, like, when I was a kid. I just caught the tail end of Armada and pretty much started right into Energon. So all those gimmicks there, you know, the Decepticon hyper modes and the Autobot power links, combiners, that's what I grew up with. Unfortunately, I never had any of the toys. So luckily, you know, now that I'm the age that I am now and I'm feeling ancient when I think about it, you know, I can have the irresponsibility of buying those toys because sometimes it's nice to have stuff from childhood you never had. You know, like collecting Transformers. So anyway, from that series, getting into the review, I just dropped part of it. From that series today, we're going to be looking at the, I believe they called it back then Warrior class? I don't think it was Deluxe class yet. But today we're going to be looking at the Warrior class Autobot Hotshot. Now Hotshot in this series, compared to what he was in Armada, where Armada he was, you know, just a young kid, rookie. He's more of a, you know, seasoned warrior now. Maintained his yellow sports car mode. Though he looks, in my opinion, a lot better in the Energon than Armada. He was more of a round, bowly looking car. This one's more of an actual, like a muscly sports car kind of thing. Really quite nice. And this is his accessory up here. I'm going to talk about the accessory first, just to get out of the way. And just to remind again, because I said before, you know, now that I'm an adult, I'm buying these. The Energon toys are all going to be used. There's going to be some things missing. In this case, the missile from his gun. Yeah, I can easily get a new one on eBay, but it's just a spring-loaded gun. I do have a missile from Inferno that I do also have, and it does fit in here, and the spring does work. So I do know that this is a functioning spring-loaded, and it's all made in clear plastic. So far, so good. I'll put that off to the side. It hasn't broken anything yet. Anyway, to the car. Whoa. Okay, I'm holding it up. The car is a nice shade of yellow, and one thing I do appreciate is the color matching between the molded yellow of the rest of the car and the painted yellow on the windshield, as it's molded in clear plastic and then painted over. It's very nice color matching. I do not know if you can tell in the camera. I wish they could do more color matching like this. You know, looking at, you know, some modern day Bumblebee figures, and I believe the Legacy Hotshot had a color match problem. But yeah, it's a very, you know, skookum car. You know, they built these figures really well back then, really solid figures. And yeah, so going around, he's got some painted, the grill marks up here, or the air vents on the hood. The grill, believe it or not, is actually a separate piece, molded in black. You got clear headlights there, and the fog lights are painted in blue, very nice. The wheels are pinned on, you know, something they used to do back then. And the rims are painted. Got some molded vent detail back here along the back as well. The spoiler here is a separate piece. And then around the back here, the bumper is painted black with some like possibly tail light detail up here, painted in like a bronzy gold color with red lights back here. Now being old and used, the paint is starting to chip, you know. What can you do? And then you got some of that bronze up here. And then you got some black. I don't know if that's supposed to be bent or some other lights detail up there. Then underneath, look how clean it is. You can't even tell. Well, he does have, you know, a little bit of a visible hand syndrome, but you know, he does roll quite nicely too. Very nice. You know, if you want, you can even move the spoiler. I know it's for robot mode, but you can move the spoiler up and down. That's pretty much it for vehicle mode. Let's get into robot mode. Robot mode for these transformations were super easy. First thing I'm gonna do, fold the spoiler up. Next thing, fold the feet up. Next thing, I'm going to fold the front end back like that. That frees up this, which tabs into the front, and accordion it back. And then bring it out like so. And then next up, bring up the shoulder wings. Arms will go out and forward like that. Second side, same as the first. Bring it down. And Snoopervisor found something outside. Next up, we're going to open the hood. Flip out the engine, and yes, that's something I forgot to mention. Hood opens, and it has an engine. Oops. Hood opens, and it has an engine. The only time I ever saw that was in alternators, which I still don't own an alternators transformer. I want one. I want a couple. But the ones I've seen are, like, expensive or broken. So anyway, fold this up. Bring the head out like this. Why are the dogs barking? And there, you can raise this up a little bit. Puppy! There's probably a squirrel outside. But the Snoopervisors have spotted something. And there is Autobot, Energon Hotshot in robot mode. And I like the figure. He has his weak points, but back then it's excusable. And he is a very nice figure. He does have a backpack, but, you know, I believe that was show accurate, if I remember correctly. And he's a very skookum figure. Figure. And the sculpting and detailing is very nice. You know, they had the budget back then, which is probably about the exact same amount as the budget now, but they could do a lot more with it back then. The head sculpt is very nice, you know, very Energon Hotshot. No articulation. So you got the silver face, you got the red painted details and the visor up top there, and the head is molded in that blue color. It's got his Autobot crystal right there, that if I had one, you can plop a Energon star on that. You got some purple detail there. Molded mechanical detail in the chest there, all painted and very nice. And then arms are, yeah. And then going around, yeah. Very nice. Very solid figure too. Like, you do have a little bit of give in the joints here, but that's, I account that to age. Articulation back then was not much. And also with the gimmick, it hampered, but you know what? I don't care. Head is on a ball joint, but doesn't really swivel. It can go up and down on that ball joint. Arms, go out that far. Yeah, this had the opposite problem of the Armada Hotshot, where the arms would only go sideways and not forward. Whereas this one can go forward, like so, but not sideways. And double elbows, mainly because of the accordion effect of the transformation, but double elbows. Nothing at the wrist. Oh, and by the way, he can hold his gun. Right there. Or, if he wants to go gangster. Can he go gangster? Yeah, he can go gangster. He can hold it sideways. Back to articulation. So I'm gonna bring these arms up, get them out of the way. Legs, he has no knees. I'm gonna go from the bottom up on these, by the way. No knees. Thigh swivel, yeah. Thigh swivel. And it can go forward that far, backward that far, and can do the full Jean-Claude Van Damme. Still waiting on the trailer for that, to finish that. Nothing at the ankles, you know, back then, nothing. So that's pretty much the articulation of this. Now, this is an Energon Autobot figure, which means there are 2 more modes. Shirt and pant mode, because of the Power Links gimmick. So first off, I'm going to go into pants mode because this is the easiest. Go from robot mode, just fold the arms up. Fold them out like that. Bring them to the back like so. And then put the head away. Pants mode. That's it. That was it. Maintains articulation. Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna bring this back to robot mode. So now we go into shirt mode. Shirt mode, a little bit more involved. Fold the arms up, like so. Whoops. Fold these up, and then bring to the back. Flip the whole thing over, fold the feet in, split that apart, and swap. Or not swap, but swivel those around. Fold the head away. And then it comes right back out, and you swivel on that ball joint, and it tabs in like so, right there. And that is shirt mode. And for Hotshot, I prefer shirt mode, because he looks a lot more proportionate compared to other figures. He does have some new shoulder detail that comes out on the top of shoulders there. Other than that, you know, it's the same detail, everything else. The bumper here, and you can see some detail there. Those are the hands, so like so. And then, yeah, he does get elbows, like right below the shoulders and below elbow articulation now. So yeah, that's Energon Hotshot. I will have a few more Energon figures coming out for review. Oh, it does. His shoulders can go that far as well. He can't go out. Anyway, yes, I will have some more Transformers figures coming out so that I can start, you know, combining them, and you can see what they look like when they're combined. So, yeah. If you like this video, click on that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, I always encourage leaving a comment down below. You know. And a little new thing as well is I do have the Canadian A Instagram page up and running. So the link for that will be in the description. So you can go show that page some love and drop a follow there. And leave a comment. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.